All right, awesome. Okay, guys, happy Monday. I am so excited. First of all, honored to be leading this one. I am really excited because I'm touching on something today that I feel like is such a big part of our business. And I want you guys to think back, drop in the chat the last time that you felt resistance in anything in your life, in your business. If you're open to sharing it, drop it in the chat. And I did take some notes, so if you see me looking down, I have to, or otherwise I'm like squirrel brain. Okay, so I want you to think about a time that you were maybe feeling some type of resistance. Maybe it was, maybe you were at a job and you had to change jobs or something like that, and that was like a resistance. You were thriving in this one place, and then you had to switch over to this other place, and you're getting kind of a feel for something new, or maybe you're going to have to start all over again. For me, I think back about I just had my fourth baby, and I was really in shape before I had my fourth baby, and so now I have to get back in shape. And I know that some days I feel resistance to that because I'm like, man, I don't feel as strong as I want to feel. Like I get frustrated some days, but it's like sometimes we have to just continue to push through and do it anyways. Do it when we don't want to. And so um I want you to think about a time where you felt resistance, and I want you to think, are you feeling resistance right now in your business? Is there any kind of resistance that's coming up for you in your business, where you're feeling that push and that pull? Sorry, I was letting some people in. Okay, all right. And I think the thing is, can you guys hear me? Fine. Okay, sorry. All right, so this is the last call, and so I want us to rip that Band-Aid off, and I want us to think about what would it look like if we stopped resisting in our business and we just fully showed up. Just like Jordan said, like without the challenges, without the carrot dangling, without the leaders retreat prizes or the, whatever it may be. Like what would it take for you to truly show up in your business? And I want you to think about what was the excitement and what drove you when you first started? Because I think a lot of the times is, of course, when you're at Ruby and above, like you kind of lose sight sometimes when you're in the thick of it, of why, like what was I feeling back then when I was going silver, senior silver, gold, like those, like that excitement. You have to reinvent yourself, I believe, often in this business. But I think that at the core of it, that excitement you have to continue to have even when you don't want to, right? Like not every day you're going to wake up and feel motivated to work your business, right? Like resistance is normal. You're not going to feel motivated. I don't feel motivated probably 90% of the time of the things that I do in my business, that I work out. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel motivated to parent some days, but we got to, right? Like all of these things, like we have to do those things, All right. So, and I want you guys to just think about how you're feeling right now. If you are open to this, drop how you're feeling about your business right now. What are some good things that are happening in your business right now? I want to focus on the good right now. Okay. All right. So, and like I said, think about too, as I'm talking about this, like what resistance are you feeling, and how do you know if you are delaying what you're being called to do? Okay. Like, how do we know if we are delaying what we are being called to do by having resistance in our business? Okay. So we love the growth. We love personal development. We love talking about all of these things. And we love all the little fun feels about it, right? We go to convention, we come back fired up, but I know that probably 80% of the people that are at convention are going to go back and do nothing with the information that they have, that with the motivation that they have taken from convention, the inspiration, the movement, all of those things. They are not going to use that to continue to push forward in their business because they're still feeling some kind of resistance. Okay. But we don't always love to get into action, right? We love to listen to a training call. We love to absorb, right? But we don't always love to put those things into action because it can feel scary, right? We say that we want a breakthrough, and then we sit back and we avoid the conversations, the risks, and we avoid the starting point because we're afraid, right? We say we're just looking for a breakthrough. Who has said that before? Like, I just want a breakthrough. Like, you're looking for one, but you're resisting all the things that could get you to that breakthrough, right? And so I want to talk about a little bit about how resistance is really sneaky. It's actually your brain tricks it into logic, right? It tricks it into logic, into thinking like these things are true, right? Like, I'm just really busy right now. Like, the kids just got back in school. I'm really busy. Or I've just been solo parenting for the last week and I've just been really, really busy. Or it just doesn't feel like the right time. Or how about this one? And guys, I love the Lord. Y'all know I do. But how about the one? I'm just going to pray about it. Y'all, I love y'all. But sometimes we be using that as a buffer and that you're just going to pray about it. Well, listen, God put this in your lap for a reason. There's no praying about it. He's wanting you. Yes, he handed you that shovel and he wants you to get into this business. You would not be here on this call if you did not feel called to be here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you would not continue to show up. I say this on my team calls. You would not continue to show up every single week on our Monday night team calls if you did not want to do something in your business and be here. Because I can think of, if I did not want to do this, a million other things that I could be doing on a Monday night, right? Like, other than sitting here and listening to someone talk about how to be, better in your business and all the things. Okay. So what's really happening is we're just dragging our feet. I know I give tough love, and I just want y'all to know I love you guys, and all of this is coming from a very big space of love. But I think, like, and I'm guilty of it, like, we just drag our feet. When we feel scared or we feel resistance, the easiest thing to do is go clean your kitchen, go put the dishes away, go fold the laundry, because those things take priority, right? But then at the end of the day, you're frustrated when you open your back office and you're like, dang, my points, or like, dang, this, that, and the other. But there those things can wait. I've learned in almost 10 years of doing this, those things will be there tomorrow. But the time that you have, maybe some of you guys are in a season with babies. Me, nap time is grind time for me. Like, it truly is. Like, that is a time where I'm like, I don't care if my living room looks like a bomb went off. Like, I'm doing that. Or maybe it's while your kids are at school, or maybe it's the early mornings that get your workout in and then go. I used to, before I had Lincoln, I would. That's right. Yeah, right. Yes. Work time, honey. But before I had Lincoln, I was super pregnant. I would go and work out, and then I would just take my IPA out to, or like whatever, out to like, I wouldn't even go back in my house. I would just sit out in my garage at my gym and just continue to just jump right into it, because I knew if I went inside, I would see the dishes, or a kid might be up or something like that. I knew if I could just spend 30 minutes getting those basic things started, those like core things of, sending my messages, following up, posting, like all getting those types of things out, like I would feel so much better going back into the chaos of life, right? It's life. It's not a season. It's life. Life is always going to have something come up. It is not a season. Don't buffer with the season. Like, it's just life. Your kids are going to get sick. You're going to get sick. You're going to have tons of laundry. Your house is going to be a bomb. You're going to not want to cook, like all the things. It's just life. It really is.
Andrea,
Okay.
can I just like put like an exclamation point on what you just said?
Yeah.
I there's like two things I hate in this business when people say these two things. One, someone's ghosting me. I'm like, dude, don't even like they're gonna stop. Like, don't even. Like, that's victim mindset. Like, they'll be back. Just follow the process. And then the season word, I'm like, we have way more choices around our season than we give ourselves credit. We have way more control over our season than we give ourselves credit. Oh, and I just love that you just brought that up. So I just had to like
Yeah.
just exclamation point on that.
Yeah, and obviously you guys jump in. You know me, I talk fast and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. You can just be like, hey, yeah, I mean, I just feel like that. And I feel like it's just, in simple terms, like, it's just an easy way out, just being like, it's a season, because every part of your life could be a season if you let it, right? But what happens to just overcoming that season, or figuring out how to work or get things done in that season? It is so possible. So, a lot of the times too, we have the same conversations over and over and over again. And maybe we do take that first step, but we don't take the second or the third step that we know that we need to take. And it's ongoing signs that you already know what to do, right? You guys have all the tools that you need, right? Like, if Plexus or your team never did another team call, you would be fine. Okay. You would be totally fine, because you know what to do. There are so many resources out there that you can go and you can figure out how to get started, right? If you didn't know how to send a message, there are so many resources on how to send a message. And I will tell you guys might give you guys a little bit of hope. I don't have an upline. I have not had an upline since probably the first year that I started this. I have had to literally, it's been the biggest blessing though, because it has shown me that people really can be super successful without having someone above them give them the information. You can YouTube, you can get a sideline.
Andrea, I want to
Yeah,
ask you this. So, you not having an upline, because I know that that sometimes can be an excuse of like, well, my upline's not doing this. Well, she's not doing events. Well, she's not doing calls. Brittany and I, our upline she's, kind of absent too. However, we flipped our mindset to we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And
right.
so there's no animosity there. There's nothing
Mhm.
against her. We know that there is a reason for it all. But Brittany and I were like, that can't be our excuse. Like, we have to just go and create the thing. We have to go and do the thing. And that almost helped us in a way, because we've had to like go and create the challenges, create the groups, create the team calls. But like, I almost want to tell these leaders on this call, like, almost act like as if you don't have an upline. And I don't know if that's the correct thing to say, but like, almost act like you have to go and create it. Like, what are your thoughts on that, Andrea?
Yeah, I am all for, like, if you see something that needs to be done, go do it. Like, don't wait for me to host an event. Don't wait for me to tell you what you need to be doing. Like, if you see something, go create it. Like, I remember being one of the Fast Start goals, and Michelle Thomas is like my first diamond. And I'm her level 7. Okay. Like, this is hilarious. So she's like, hey, do you want to come on this call and like train on this call? I was a gold. I was like, sure. And like, I could have easily been like, no, I'm too scared. And I was like, whatever, like, I'm going to do it, And it's just like, I think like also too, like putting yourself in those positions, like offer to help, offer to host those things. Don't wait for your upline or even if you don't have one, like create those things, like interject yourself in those areas where you can level up and grow. If you don't know how to host a wellness event, host one. That's the only way you're going to learn. If you don't know how to run a team call, grab your people, grab your 3 people or your 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, and host a team call. Like I have been running team calls since I was a gold ambassador. Okay. Like I had like maybe 1 or 2 people on and we're like, woohoo, we gonna do this. Like that is truly like, just you can't use that excuse. You cannot use, and even if you have the most amazing upline in the entire world that is hosting these things for you, it feels really good to just do the things on your own, right? It just feels good. I'm not saying that you have to go off and reinvent the wheel and everything, but like maybe you're saying, hey, this week, let me run these wellness events for you. Like let me take over the Thursday. Like don't worry. Like let me do these things, right? Like I want to get good at these things, because feeling empowered, because a lot of the times we can really like handicap people by just doing it all for them. But like when you feel empowered, you're going to feel so good about your business. And I guarantee that if you're the one hosting the event, your butt's going to be inviting to it, right? A lot of the times when other people, like sometimes when we host events, like ain't nobody inviting because they ain't hosting it, right? But as soon as I say, hey, host this event, they're like, like we're inviting, it's like, if you're going to put in the time, you're going to make it worthwhile, And so I think that I don't think having an upline or not having an upline is going to determine what you want, because ultimately this is your business and no one else is going to get you to diamond or emerald or sapphire other than you. And there's going to be hard parts in it. It's always going to be hard. It's always going to be messy, but there's also really amazing times in there and breakthroughs and things like that. And so, yeah,
Can
I
I
mean,
ask
I
two
think,
questions, Andrea, really fast on this same topic?
yeah,
So one, I thought it was really funny because my sponsor, I love her, and she does bring gifts to the table, but I would guarantee you the majority of my team doesn't know who she is. So I think that's really interesting that lots of us became very bold leaders because we had no other choice but to go create a space. That's just something that's very interesting. Like, while that some people could see that as a negative, we all just rose to where we're gonna go figure it out.
yeah, yeah.
So that was okay. So my first thing is, I genuinely want for you guys, that if you are a gem on this call, I want y'all to just like think about this answer. But on your way to diamond, the diamonds on this call, how often were you listening to to one, podcasts to help grow your leadership, podcast videos, trainings to grow your leadership, to go figure out things that you needed to go learn to raise your own leadership, and listening to things that you knew was a tool that your team needed, because those are two very separate things. We need to be doing personal growth in two different categories here for us and for our team. So, like, how often were y'all doing that as on your way to Emerald, Sapphire, Diamond?
Yeah. Are you asking?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot, right? What would you say, Emily? Or are you eating? Are you eating Chick-fil-A?
I'm at Chick-fil-A homeschooling 3 kids right now, so bear with me. Hopefully you can hear me. And the house cleaners, the house fairies are at the house, so we couldn't be there. So
Feel that.
That's
Wednesdays.
hey, I prayed for that.
Yeah.
And anyways, the way I devoured Go for No, which is Eric or Ray Higdon, no, Andrea Waltz and Richard Fenton. It's a like 74 pager. You could literally read it in a bathroom visit. Not joking. It's like exactly what to say by, oh boy, oh my gosh, I'm having brain farts like crazy.
I know
Anyways,
what his name is. I can't think of it though.
so Go for No it's like a story, and it's about this guy. Literally, you guys, what would happen if you just went for it type of situation. And he goes and hits one goal, and he's like, "Yay me, I'm done." Doesn't pursue greatness and keep going, and then has this dream where he meets his future self and it's a billionaire. And he's like, "How did I get there?" And he's like, "Dude, you don't remember when you decided to go for no? Get told no. What if it took 44 no's to get to Emerald? How fast would you be going after 44 no's? I'd be doing it today, y'all, right?" So I devoured that book in like a day. I was so hungry to not only be the best and be great, but like I want to do it right. And I watch Celeste Diamond Doc every single day. I'm her level 4. The uplines in between us, we don't really talk or work together. I love them as humans, but like don't talk to them, don't use them. But like I was like, I want that life. I want that life. I want that life. I want it. And so every day it was picturing how my Diamond Doc would be and reading a book. We don't have podcasts yet. Now I love, there's so much at our fingertips, but 10 years ago it was books. Go Pro is what I was thinking. The Eric Worre book. Chapter 7, Game Changer. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to go read it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But chapter 7 was like, whew, I needed to hear it. I was stubborn, egotistical, very much like Jordan in the beginning. Like, what are these weirdos, woo-woo people doing? And now
making
like,
vision boards, crazy people.
Yeah. What is happening? But yeah, so books. It was books for me. Now, definitely, very much a podcaster.
Yeah, I asked that question, you guys, because I think sometimes we can rely on our own, what our own, like, this is where I'm at, this is what I've come to the table with. And we think, okay, well, I got where I am with what I've got and I'm good. But you guys, that is not the case. And so that's why I asked that question, is like, we were so hungry. If I could give you a tip, it is to go learn. And when you go learn, then you have stuff to teach your team. And then you feel equipped. And then you feel excited because you're sharing things, right? And so if you are not doing personal growth every day, and I love the Bible, okay, I'm telling you to go read your Bible, but you need to be doing personal growth for your job. And that is network marketing, leadership growth, learning the 4 pillars, learning the systems, teaching the systems, everything inside of that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because based on what you just said, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I love it too. I do. I feel like a lot of the times when you say I don't have anything, I don't know how to lead, I don't know how to train or anything like that, it's like just go and listen to a podcast, go open a book, go read a book. Like it's like it like gets your creative juices flowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did. When I remember I was asked to speak at convention. I was so, I don't remember, it was some event, and I was so nervous. And I went and found a podcast on how to not be nervous when you speak. And I'm like, oh my gosh, every problem that you are facing in your business, there is a podcast for that.
That is so true. That we used to say there's a YouTube for that. You literally. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about like what signs are you ignoring in your head? Right? We all have these big signs in our head that's like, do this, like you got this, but we keep ignoring these signs. And the action behind those you're scared to do, right? Like we are scared to take those actions. Maybe it's going for a diamond re-rank. Maybe it's just getting to diamond points, or maybe it's re-ranking to emerald, or maybe it's recouping those ruby points. Because maybe you're scared of the judgment. Maybe you're scared of putting yourself out there, or maybe you're just scared of falling flat on your face. Because guess what? That's going to happen. Failing and falling on your face is literally normal. It is normal. That is the only way that you are going to have a step up, is if you fall, right? It is so true. You are not going, it's the process. It's the process. It's not about doing it perfect the first time, but it is over and over and over. And that is what is going to make you guys an amazing leader, right? That is what is going to make you guys relatable to your team. They're going to come with to you and you're going to be like, guess what? I used to feel that way. Like I was there. I've been there, right? Like I said, so you keep praying for a sign, but it's right in front of you. Like I said, God put you on this call for a reason. He put Plexus in your lap for a reason. And I'm guilty of this too. I really am. I'm guilty of ignoring all the things because I'm stubborn like that. But I also know that the sign doesn't come until I start doing the work, right? Until I start getting into action. That's when all the overwhelm and all the indecisiveness, all of that, it goes away when you start to get into action and you're not over here questioning every single thing, but you get into action and you literally do those things, like what you're up, or what what you have been taught to do, those core things that move your business forward. Those are the things that you need to do. You don't have, like, I feel like I ask this question on my team a lot, and I'm like, okay, what's like one scary thing you're going to do today? And they're like, we're going to go and post or something. I'm like, I love that. I love that. But that's not going to get you that's not going to move the needle. You've got to be messaging, connecting, following up. Like those meaty things are what's going to get you into action. We choose all of the easy, fluffy, fun things first, right? And then we have no gas left in the tank for the things that are actually going to move you forward, that action that's actually going to move you forward. So stop thinking about it and start showing up, okay? Small things every single day is what's going to truly get you in a different place, right? And okay, it says, I wrote down small things every day. Take what you need. And I understand that like there's a lot of things out there. And I'm sure you guys from these calls, you've gotten 4 different leaders, and you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, like Emily's drop form, and Jordan's talk last week, like you feel like a dog at a water hose, right? You're just like, ooh, like taking it all in. But what is one thing I tell my team is like, it's a buffet. You don't have to eat it all, right? Like you don't have to go through and just chow down, right? You just take exactly what you need in this moment and apply it, and then come back and take the next piece, right? So don't feel overwhelmed that you've got to implement all of this at once, but you have to start somewhere. And you will literally, once you apply one thing, you're going to be like, I kept that promise to myself, and now I can go apply that next thing. Because how often do we get on these calls? We sign up for, a coaching, whatever, and we take all this information in, and at the end, we're like, I didn't apply anything. I am literally so guilty. I had to stop joining things like that because I would just overconsume and never like actually put things into action. And so it's like, take what you learn, take what you need the most right now, and apply it. Okay. Small steps build big.
Andrea,
Yeah.
Andrea, would you not agree that sometimes that feeling of overwhelm or feeling like just clarity, like what you're thinking about resistance, a lot of times it stems, the root is like you're either feeling like you have these expectations with your upline or with your team that you're letting them down. You're feeling like a failure as a leader. Like we said last week, maybe you're not hitting Jewel, maybe you're not hitting Ruby, and you feel like you can't show up. But though that's a lie. Like you said, this is a business of failure. Like this is a business of failing forward, of learning new things. And so I think if we could get in that mindset of like learning how to turn that negative thought off, of like, well, I can't show up because of this. Well, I'm overwhelmed because I'm busy with this. No, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to show up today and I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. But I mean, do you feel like that overwhelmed feeling can come from and really stem from like shame or guilt? I know the Jules, if y'all heard that call with Brittany and and Amber and Melissa, like they talk about that feeling of shame, that feeling of like a failure for your team, like you failed as a leader, and that's not true. People come and go, and it's just this is a business of failing forward. Would you not
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, I agree. And I think that you have to make peace with the old you, I say, like from yesterday back. And you have to say, what I did from yesterday and beyond that's the past. And you have to just make peace with that. Otherwise, you're going to be reliving the same thing. Oh, it's going to be like Groundhog Day over and over and over again. And that serves us nothing. Like that is truly something that I feel like a lot of us carry. And then we feel guilty, right? Or we feel like our team is looking at us like, girl, you're not even ranking. Okay. Like no one's judging, right? They want a leader that cares about them. They want a leader that's showing up. Like that's all that matters. If they know that you care about them, then that is truly one of the only things. Like it is. And then you doing what you say you're going to do, and then your team is going to follow. And I definitely think that. And I think you have to just make peace with the past and move on. And I know it's easier said than done, but the quicker that you stop living in because I know a lot of us might be living when we were like ranking or whatever. Maybe you aren't holding right now. That's okay. Your points don't define you. They really don't. Your points do not define you. And the best part about this, maybe you aren't where you want to be, but you can rebuild, and you can rebuild the exact way that you want to right now and learn from the mistakes from the previous, right? So you can build, and you can build sustainably, right? And yes.
I want to chime in real fast because I want to be incredibly authentic and real for 1 second. My points last month were 39.58. 39.58. I don't even have 6,000 anymore, right? I don't have diamond anymore. So the reason I'm sharing that is because I'm still Emily motherfucking Roberts. All right, that's who I am. I'm Emily motherfucking Roberts, and I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I used to literally crawl in bed and do nothing, and my husband would be like, "What is happening? My wife, you are not my wife. Like, what's happening?" And I would get so upset because I put so much identity into that number, and that is no, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Okay, we're not doing that anymore. Instead, we're going to create clarity of what's next. I'm going to grow 100 points this month because I'm going to do A, B, C. Melissa Eichenhorst taught me this. I'm teaching it to you right now because it's the best dang thing that ever happened to me since PB&J. Okay, so what you're going to do, what is the next best thing for my business right now? Write that down. The first thing that comes to mind. Maybe it's point growth. Maybe you need to read a book or listen to a podcast. Maybe you need to open your Bible. Maybe you need to call that level 1 and make peace. Maybe you need to watch what the jewels are doing in the jewel page if you're a jewel and you're not holding and you're like, what can I be doing? That, right? Like whatever it is, it has to be the next best thing. And I'm gonna Melissa Eichenhorst you for a second because she can be like full crazy in the best way ever. And she's like the best thing, not the thing you want to do, not the thing you're avoiding. What is the next best thing to get you closer to your 90-day goal, your 60-day goal, your 1 week goal, whatever it needs a deadline. And then when you have that clarity, the urgency follows because then you're excited and you're like, I got to do it now. I got to do it by Tuesday at 9 p.m. And then you're gonna be like, yo, Brittany, I said by Tuesday at 9 p.m. I was gonna make this video, and Brittany's gonna roll in at 8:45 and be like, yo, where's the video? That's accountability. That's urgency. That's clarity. Action. And so when Melissa taught me this, because I was literally like, I'm not a diamond. They're not going to ask me to train. She was like, you're not meant to be training right now. You're in a rebuilding season. You're still Emily motherfucking Roberts. And I was like, oh, okay. Right? Like, because you're just like, you don't know. You don't know until you're there. And so if you've been in that season for 5 years, 5 minutes, it's a part of this. We're in sales. Okay. Walmart goes through it. It just looks a little different. Okay. They build and they rebuild and they have to pivot and they compete with Target. Like we're always going to have competitors, but the biggest one's your brain. Your brain. It's just going to protect you because that's how God made it. So what is the next best thing? When does that thing need to happen? Usually it's within the same week. Okay. And then 3 to 5 bite-sized bits that it's going to get you to that thing. I need to sit down and create 30 minutes for me to make that training video, to listen to that podcast. I need to communicate with my spouse. This is very important to me. I set a deadline for myself. Please allow this family meeting, you know what I mean? But like whatever that looks like, get really, really specific. For me, it's I need to make my bed or I'm gonna get a divorce. Like my husband knows if I don't make my bed in the morning, everyone's gonna get rage mom because it's a habit I made in 2018. And that is what I started doing to rebuild back to diamond the first time I lost it. Okay. Yeah, it's happened more than once. So, anyways, I just want to share that with y'all because I'm in the thick of it with you. I have Jules in the thick of it with you. Like that's why we doing these Monday things, okay? But you have to have like everybody, I want you to write down in your notebooks. I am Heather Mother freaking Downing. I am Jordan Mother freaking Gibson. I am Becca Mother freaking Acuff. I don't know if I'm butchering your names. I'm so sorry if I am, but like that's who you are. You are the daughter of the king. You are chosen. You are meant to be here. You are passionately and purposefully building a business because you are changing generational things from your freaking families. We're not supposed to feel good all the time. We're not normal. That's the whole point. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go
No,
eat.
Hey,
I love
Emily, also, y'all, those of y'all that have kids, I want y'all to think about your kids watching you be resilient, like watching you learn and grow through the hard things. Cause, like, I think about my kids and I'm like, I don't want them to see me give up. I don't want them to see me back away when it gets hard. Like you talk to your kids about, oh, go do the hard things, baby. You can do it. And then we're over here like, it's hard. Our people are quitting or whatever. And like, no, you want your kids to see you. And I have conversations, mine are now a little bit older. So I'm like, well, I had this girl that I had to have a really healthy conversation with and it was hard and I didn't want to, but here's what I learned from it. And they get to see their mom be that healthy leader, whether you're hitting 200 points or 6,000 points, they get to see you be resilient and do it anyway. So just a
Okay,
little mom
Marissa,
motivation for you.
Marissa, Marissa,
Yes.
watch this. Sterling, how many points does mom need to go diamond? Close. 4,500. Gentry got it right. Sterling doing fantasy football. But that's exactly right. My kids now know. And so when I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing and they see me scrolling, they'll be like, Mom, are you diamond? Why are you looking at Instagram? And I'm like, excuse me, let me just get back to that. But it's so true. They are watching you, or grandkids, spouses, whoever.
it really is. It's so true. And when I think about my kids and like cheating like myself out on this opportunity and things like that, I'm like, oh, like I don't want my kids to ever just be like, yeah, mom just she was and then she wasn't, she just took the easy way out, because it's like you set the tone for your kids for how they are going to do things in life, right? If they see you working, and that's the one thing I think. I know this is all over the place, and I was actually, honestly supposed to be talking about urgency, but this urgently came to my brain before this but it's like you think about it and it's like you want to do those hard things because in the call with Brittany, and I know Howard and all those, the girls that in the Jewel page, they said something that was just like so cool. And it was just like, you want to be like in your business, you want to build and you want to have, what were they saying about the weathered of it was a Marianne about the weathered house, and she's like, I want to
Mansion.
build mansion, yes. And she's like, I want to build this to where it's not going to just blow away, right? And you have to and you're doing this right now in your business. Every single day, you're choosing the way that you want your business ran, the way that you show up. You set the tone for your team and never do something never tell your team to do something that you're not willing to do yourself, right? And I always tell my team, like, hey, if I tell you this, like, I might not be the best right now about posting on social media. So we're going to all do this together, or we're going to, maybe I haven't been sending out so many messages, but we're going to all do this together. Like Emily said, like we are in the thick of it too with you. Like it never stops. And I think that keeps you humble, right? Like it keeps you humble. It keeps you coming back and it keeps you a reason to continue to keep building, right? Another thing too, I feel like a lot of people think like, okay, this person had overnight success or they got to diamond in 18 months, 20 months. Guess what they did? Can anybody guess what they were doing to get there quickly? The mundane, boring things that you're avoiding. The really boring things. The text message that takes 2 seconds to send. Popping in their back office and talking to those declines or those push outs or the partial PVers, the drip process that takes patience. Yes, building a business and building someone, the declines, honey, those things, yeah. And so, the thing is you want a business builder, you want all these things, they take time. They take time. It's not just going to be from one business reach out, and if someone's like, yeah, I'm ready to go, guess what? You're going to have to take time and build them up. And it's going to, and I think the thing too is like, you can't expect someone just to come in and know how to do everything. It's got to be a lot of hand holding in the beginning and things like that. And so anyways, this is the part I want to talk about. Urgency is when you do have someone come in and they're like, okay, I'm ready to go. How long are you waiting to send that post for them to post? Are you getting their wellness event on the books, like in the next like couple days? Are you helping them learn how to share a card or whatever it is? Those things, that is truly something that I feel like can make or break. When someone comes in, you have to, I think it's like statistically shown that you have to get them a win within like the first 72 hours. And maybe that's getting them a sign up or getting them someone to say yes to their invite, or getting them to post and having, a good three-way conversation, whatever it is, whatever flow. Yes, get them in the chats, do the launch events. You guys, I'm telling you, the more urgent that you are with this and the energy that you bring, because if you're just sitting there on the phone, you're talking to them and you're like, yeah, like, so some people make a post, and if you want to, I can send you one if you want to. Or you could be like, okay, so you just ordered your products. I'm so freaking excited for you. So this is what most people do. I'm going to send you a post. Can you throw this up on your wall, or can you go and talk to your three like best friends, people that you would literally like go to the bathroom with if you were at the restaurant, like whatever it may be like, I want you to go get those three people and I want you to tell them what you're doing. Like that urgency, that excitement in your voice is going to win them over more than the hesitation of being like, so some people would you want to make a post? Like, think about that energy. I remember one of the only things my upline has taught me is to smile whenever you talk, because it's truly like brings out the different like tone in your voice. And like, instead of being like, hey, you could smile, like, and you just sound more cheerier. So talking about the urgency, talking about even at home, like, can you get your dishes done quicker? Can you unload the dishwasher quicker? Can you fold the laundry quicker? Can you get your kids lunch quicker? It doesn't have to be a long drawn out process. Stop scrolling, like Emily said, get your kids to call you out on it, right? Like, these are the things that we have to do. These are the mental tugs that we have to balance in order to grow, right? If you find yourself scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, social media, all the things, and you say you don't have time, right? Like, or if you are constantly running out and going errand running to like Target or TJ Maxx or Marshalls and things like that, like, yeah. Listen, I am guilty of these things, okay? I have to call myself out too. Like, I'm like, oh, I need to go out because we need new pencils for the homeschool room, or we need new baskets. Okay, we don't need to do that. You need to set your butt down and you need to get those messages out, right? Like, those things can wait. And so I remember like way back in my business when I would give myself an ultimatum, I'd be like, okay, great. Like, you can sit down and do these things that you need to do, then you can do this, right? It's like what I use with my kids. We do this first and then we do that, right? So think about those things, okay? So small steps build big momentum. And
Andrea.
usually yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was going to add something to that, but if you're still on the same point, keep going.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. No, I thought I said something wrong. I was like, yeah.
No, no, I was thinking about like, sometimes you guys, if we don't feel like we want to do that, right? Like, well, I don't want to schedule that launch event. It's so much work. Like that goes back to our thoughts around it. And so something that really helps me is when somebody steps on my team, I fully believe they can be diamond. I do, because I believe anyone can go diamond. And so I treat that girl like she is my next jewel until she decides she doesn't want to be a jewel. But I'm going to push her and challenge her and get her in those steps as fast, as quick as I can, as confident as I can, because I truly believe she's going to be my next jewel until she decides she doesn't want to be. But like and so when you come at these people with that attitude of believing in them, they feel it. And so if you are resisting some of those steps, or you're like, oh, I have to do another launch event, they take so much time, I'll be like, okay, well, that launch event is going to get you 3 new signups, and those 3 might be her first jewel. And so it's like there's just this like optimism around all of the work. It's coming, and it just makes you more excited.
It does. It's you have to have gratitude for where you're at and abundance, I think. I really do. And I believe that, remember the time I always think back, like, remember the time when you were in just like all out momentum and remember you're like, oh my gosh, I just wish it would slow down just a little bit. And now you're probably like, I wish I was just crazy. Like, it's like it's either or. You're never going to the time's never going to be like just feeling like even keel, right? You're either going to be busting your butt to get back into momentum, or maybe you're in massive momentum right now and you're like, like this is amazing, but also my fingers hurt. I have carpal tunnel, like from all the time, So it's just like, I think like you said, it's all around your thoughts. And one thing that I want to touch on, and I will wrap up, is I was also in Melissa's the six-figure systems with Emily. And I love, one of the things I still have my team do is a guaranteed goal. Okay. And I love this because I am like an all or nothing girl. Like if you were like, hey, what do you want to do this month? I'm like, oh, I'll have 14,000 points. Like, I'll just go ahead and go for those. But I also need like 13,000 to get there. Like, I'll do that. It's fine. So I would always be like, oh, you want to go Ruby when you only have like 100 points? We got that. We can do this. And so what would happen is that would not happen. Like, that's unrealistic. Okay. So the guaranteed goal at first, I was like, oh, that's kind of lame. Cause like, yeah, like whatever. So what it is I went in it, but honestly, it has been the best thing that's happened for my business because it is a goal that that you can absolutely hit. It's a little higher than what you're comfortable with, right? So maybe you have 100 points and you want to go to 175 and you're like, okay, I'm going to push that to 200. Like, I know I can guarantee that I can make this happen. And so I want you guys to think, as we're entering into like the last week of this month, what is your guaranteed goal that you can absolutely make happen, that you are going to move whatever it takes to end this month on that goal? What is that goal? And that is your challenge. That is what I want you guys to do. I want you to think about, what can you absolutely make happen? What are you going to work extra hard on this last week? Drop it in the chat. If Jordan just dropped hers, drop it in the chat. Like, what is it that you are going to push so hard for? Maybe it's 5 new signups. Maybe it's getting Icon Club. Maybe it is going and getting those points for Leaders Retreat. Whatever it is, I want you guys to think about it. And when you write that down, you're going to write it down somewhere where you can see it. You can put it on the back of your phone. You can put it on a Post-it note. But you're going to wake up every single day this week and you're going to be like, this is what I'm doing. What is one thing that I can do today that's going to get me closer to my guaranteed goal? And then you're going to go do the next thing that's going to get you closer to your guaranteed goal. Okay, you guys? Because if we are not aware of what we need to do, the clarity, and this would just really helped me. I'm like, wow, like, because some of us might not be in a position where a rank is within reason, right now, or maybe whatever, but a guaranteed goal, if you want to grow by 50 points or add 6 people, get a silver, those types of things, at least you are holding a promise to yourself, and that builds trust in your brain. And that trust goes so far, you guys, because you're not going to break that promise to yourself. You're going to reach that guaranteed goal and you're going to feel really good about it. And then you're going to go set another guaranteed goal for September, October, November. And I want you guys to continue to carry that out, because if you want your team to get into momentum, you have to have clarity. They have to know where you want to go as their leader. And then you have to help them also figure out where they want to go. So maybe take this to your team and say, what is your guaranteed goal? Like, let's talk about it. What do you want to do in these next 6 days? Like, what can we accomplish in these next 6 days that you absolutely can make happen? And so that is all. That's all I got. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't. I just want to say thank you. And that's it.
Can y'all hear me with these stupid things? Can y'all? Okay, I don't know.
Your
real
homeschooling
quick,
headphones?
my homeschooling headphones. Real quick before people start logging off, does anybody want to work through this real quick? Like, is anybody like, I really struggle with creating urgency? Does anybody need like a one-on-one? Like, because you have all 4 of us on. Oh, maybe Marissa logged off, but you have at least 3 of us on. If anybody's like, I don't know how to do that, or you think you don't know, it's your brain, but you know what I mean? You don't, Jordan, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I do.
Any,
Rebecca leaned forward, so I didn't know if that was her being like, "Oh, I actually have," but I don't know. But yeah, does anybody need help with this so that we can ask you questions on and maybe help you figure out?
Like, what are you avoiding right now in your business that you know 100% would grow you 50 points right now? It would grow you 100 points this month. Mm-hmm. Taking action. All right, Jessica, are you valuing yourself as tribute?
Unmute.
Yep.
Oh, the sticks just follow me. Hi.
Hi. Okay, Jessica is my level 3. She is an emerald. She's a 2020 emerald. So I feel like that alone kind of gives people some insight to your business. I'm sorry for just throwing you out there. But let me tell you about Jessica. Jessica has experienced some insane grief and loss over the last couple of years. And so she um is working through those emotions. She's a big feeler, and that's why we love her so much, because she will just love the crud out of you, and very well. Very well. She is great at hyping people up. But yeah, taking action just as she gets overwhelmed. She feels maybe that there isn't enough hours in the day because she breeds Great Danes. She's in Washington, the state. It's very rainy and it's kind of sad there sometimes. And she feels that. And that's a lot of her audience too. And so she does a fantastic, can I just say, Jessica, you do a fantastic job of showing up and doing the boring ass work. She really does. Like her posts, telling her story, she does that. But I don't know what she's doing behind the scenes. And so I would love for Jordan, I feel like Jordan wants to sink her claws into you for a second. So I'm just going to let her do that.
What's up, Jessica?
Hi.
Uh, she said you were overwhelmed. Tell me more about that.
My kids start school tomorrow. I think that's like my biggest excuse right now is just like waiting for school to start and then being home by myself and basking in work. Like I'm excited. But when you said the thing about seasons earlier, I was like, like I don't want to be that person that doesn't show up during certain seasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like that's just my excuse right now is like, oh, tomorrow I'll send out messages because tomorrow I have time. And it's just like you guys have I love this call. This call was really helpful for me. Yeah, I think
So are
just
you
like
not
biting the
showing up
bullet.
right now? Would you say, hey, I am not showing up as somebody who should be growing their points right now?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Why?
Probably because just the loss and the grief of my family, but also my team. I've had a lot of loss in my team this year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What did you make that mean about you?
What is that?
What did you make that mean about you and your capabilities, your worth? Like, what did you make that mean about you?
Um, it's just not good enough to keep them happy or consistent or
Do you
yeah.
feel not good enough when you're trying to like create posts or when you bring on a new person, you just have this like underlying, I'm
No.
not good enough.
No, I feel like I'm good enough then.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So to get moving, what would that take? Because it really isn't listen, y'all, I love all of y'all. But if any of y'all blame your kids for the reason that you are not working, like that is not fair to them.
I
We can
know.
figure this out. And so like what is it going to take to get you? Do you know where you want to go?
Well, I loved what Marissa said. Like, I loved that about kids and like them seeing, I don't want them to see me take summers off or like feel like I
Yeah.
shouldn't be working all the time to provide for my family. So, sorry, what was your question?
Do you know where you want to go? Like do you know can you see it with this business?
I think in my mind, I just want to go back to where I was, and
Ah,
that's a problem for me.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you have teammates that left. Who here has been hurt by a teammate that left? Y'all, it hurts
Mhm.
because we put so much time. If you read about level 4 leadership, it talks about literally like leadership is sacrifice, and you have to open your whole self up to people, let them in, and be vulnerable. That is level 4 leadership. But y'all, that is also level 4 influence. That is level 4 income. And so, in order to have this income and influence and freedom that you want, it comes with vulnerability as the price. And so, how do you kind of move on from that though, Jessica?
Hmm, that's a good question. I need to get back into reading my books, my self-help books and my
Which
team
book?
books. like you were talking about.
Pick one.
Um,
We say that all the time. We all say that all the time. Hey, I need to start doing personal growth
I
again.
know,
Which
I
one?
know.
Pick one. You
Um,
know,
I'm reading that book that Emily mentioned earlier.
go for
Uh,
no,
no, the other one. What
go pro.
exactly what to say or
Oh,
what I don't remember what it's called, and that's terrible. I'm an Audible person, so I have like 5 books going at once, but that's also a problem. I need to like just do one.
yeah, yeah.
My overwhelm, you know.
I listen. We can. I mean, if you have questions for us, just ask. And I'm sorry, y'all can
Yeah.
anybody ask questions. I don't have to be the one. But do y'all remember a time in your business when you felt a childlike sense of joy and faith and trust and hope in your business, and it legit felt childlike. It felt fun and free, and you're running through the mud on that soccer field, and the sky is the limit. Y'all, we have to fight for that. That is something you fight for every day. You fight for it in every piece of motherhood. You fight for it in your business, and it feels free. And so that's what I'm going to challenge you with, Jessica, and everybody else. Like, y'all, go fight for that childlike faith, hope, belief, and joy inside of your business.
Hmm.
And go find that this week because it is a fun spot to be. And if you're looking for fun, that's like step one.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. Thanks
Appreciate
for
you.
chatting. Emily, is that
Yeah,
that's
no,
okay.
I'm like, just as long as it's not me, I think sometimes you just got to hear from someone else. I don't know if you got what I sent you. I don't, Hannah's not on it. They're celebrating her birthday. She's a 9-year senior Ruby on our team. That is just a diamond. She's going to be a diamond. I just know she'll be a diamond. But
Yeah.
you said something to her last week. You gave her permission because she showed up on her story. She said, I love my business. I am on vacation for my birthday with my husband. And this is what I asked him to do. I want to work my
Yeah.
business in this log cabin in Colorado and talk about Emerald and talk about like, and she was like, this Jordan girl gave me permission. And I was like, heck yeah, babe. She's also a very 3 on the Enneagram, and so am I. And so it's hard for me to also say, yeah, take permission. But so you gave, I just think you sometimes your words had a lot of purpose and meaning last week, and just needs them. Your girls need them, even if you don't think so, but I need them. So
Well,
here it,
a lot of
yeah.
my girls are probably like, hang on every word you guys say because we're all different. We're all different personalities. We all need different permission to do different things. We all have different fears and beliefs and all the things. And so I think that's why these conversations are so important because we all need different perspectives. And so I love that.
Yeah. Is this our last one? Last
I
one? Is
know.
there another Monday? I don't
I
think
don't know.
so.
Let's talk. We'll talk in our planning chat.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a great week. Andrea, thank you so much for helping us
Yeah,
get into
thank you,
action.
Andrea.
Bye, guys.
Go get some gas.
I'm right here, right now.